Grab him by the pussy.
Surprise, motherfucker.
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 Grab him by the pussy.
Hi! It's Don't Be a Douchebag, episode 13.
Solar Eclipse Edition.
Just kidding. Thank God that shit's over. That was short and awkward, like Scaramucci's career. We're really doing episode 13 on why comparing Antifa and Black Lives Matter to Nazis and the Confederacy makes you an ignorant douchebag. So, first off, let's talk about the Confederacy. Most important thing to know is most of the statues, the Civil War statues that everyone's freaking out and crying about, you know, all the white supremacists and Nazi douchebags. Anyways, a lot of those statues were put up during the Civil Rights Movement, which was probably about 100 or so years after the Civil War, after we, got beat the Confederacy and became the United States of America and made slavery illegal. So that's a very important thing to know. The statues were erected, to push the white supremacist agenda. So for all you assholes that claim the Civil War wasn't about slavery, here you go, you fucking inbred meth heads. A direct quote from the Vice President of the Confederacy at the time, Alexander Stephens, who also, of note, won the ugliest man in the universe that same year and has held the prize since. He is one ugly motherfucker. Anyways, this is a quote. "The Negro is not equal to the white man. That slavery and subordination to the superior race is his natural and normal condition." So let me break that fucked up little quote down for you, okay? He is saying that African Americans are less than white people and that being a slave is natural. That's what he said, okay? And when Lincoln was elected, he openly opposed the expansion of slavery, which led to the South to secede from the state and form the Confederacy. In all honesty, without the fucked up slavery part, the Confederacy ideal was that each state essentially governed itself and made its own laws, which is okay. But when you make laws for keeping slaves and laws and rules and statements like African Americans are property, not people, that's when things get really fucked up. So, I'm not sure if you paid attention in school or not, but there was a civil war that involved this, which means two opposing factions from the exact same country, one side being the Union, the other side being racist, white supremacist Confederacy. Those Confederacy people lost the war. So we should put up shrines memorializing these treasonous bastards, right? Like when you go to Germany and you see all the Hitler statues everywhere. Yeah. No. So literally, men were willing to die to have slaves. That's pretty fucked up. And don't forget, the Confederacy lost. That's why we're the United States of America now. And all 50 states are a part of the Union. Next, letter topic. Nazis. Again, remember learning in school at a very young age, Nazis are bad. Very simple, right? Like 1 + 1 = 2. All right? These people are bad. There shouldn't be any argument here. All right? The Nazi Party was started by Adolf Hitler. The Hitler story itself is a long and fascinating one. being fucked up, but still long and fascinating. So, obviously, I could probably spend several podcasts talking about how fucked up he was. Anyways, Hitler believed that after World War I, Jews took over the already broken economy in Germany and Europe and robbed and had beaten down the already beaten German Empire. So he already had a disdain for the Jewish people. He believed that Jews and many other non-white races were the cause of all the problems in the world, and unfortunately was able to convince most of the country, the entire country, of his fucked up beliefs. Noticing any similarities yet? Evil white men that think their race is superior and immigrants are the ruin of society? Ring any bells? I don't know, like Trump or Bannon or Sessions or Putin, for example. Hitler and the Nazis murdered 6 million Jews and went for world domination, and thankfully they were defeated, like the Confederacy. So we should put up statues of the brave Nazi generals because that's our history, right? I don't think so. So where are we now? Take those two hate groups, add a pinch of crystal meth, a hint of bath salts, and a dash of Republicans, and many sides of violence, and you get the alt-right. To my 10 loyal listeners, hi Mom. Just kidding. My mom would probably have a fucking seizure if she heard this. A few episodes back, I stated that the Republican Party is really good at spreading their message. They are. They're excellent propagandists. The term alt-right is a kinder, gentler way of describing a neo-Nazi, a white supremacist, and a white nationalist. It's like calling a murderer, I'm gently taking your life away from you. So, white people, I deplore you. When you see people claiming to support the alt-right, or you see retweets or reposts, or them trying to spread hatred, or they're, posting shit from Breitbart and the Drudge Report, start calling them out, okay? Start calling them out. And if it's your family, have a talk about this bullshit, because these people that support this stuff, in my humble opinion, are fucking douchebags, and you need to point this out. This is not good. This is turning very bad, and these people need to be called out, no matter who the fuck they are, okay? We're not going to stop this until we start recognizing the problem and calling out people, all right? So, moving on from the far right to the far left, or as, the media likes to demonize this group. So, Antifa, moving on. Antifa, that sounds really bad, right? Like a bunch of hooded, mask-wearing hoodlums lighting shit on fire. If you're old and or watch Fox News, that's exactly what you would say about Antifa. But Antifa is this, my friends, anti-fascist, okay? Anti means against, and fascist means Trump, or more specifically, fascism is a form of radical authoritarian nationalism, characterized by dictatorial power, forcible expression of opposition, Trump, and control of industry and commerce, Trump and Putin. So we can agree, I certainly hope so, Antifa equals not evil, especially in direct comparison of Nazis. So white people, again, I deplore you. If you see this stuff on the internet or on TV, or you hear other people talking about it, this is a good group of people that occasionally do some bad shit. All right? Not like murdering 6 million people bad shit, but like, damaging property, stuff like that. Moving on. Black Lives Matter, or BLM. BLM is a group started in response to police brutality towards the African American race. Bottom line is this, my friends. Police shoot more black people than any other race in the country. Okay? That's the bottom line. That is a fact. The only reason why you haven't joined this group is because you aren't black. If you were, you would be joining. My friend, that's bullshit. Okay? We should all want police brutality to end, and everyone should be treated fairly. You can argue all day about should cops use lethal force or not. I'm not here to argue that. But we can't ignore anymore the fact that more black people get shot by cops than any other race, period. Okay? We can't ignore that. So in summary, look around at what's happening in America, all right? I'm not telling you to, turn off your TV and ignore everything, but you should have an expanded view of what's going on. So check out some independent stuff too. Also, check out Vice. They did a really good job on their latest documentary in Charlottesville. Give that a look. Vice did an excellent job. In my opinion, I feel like they report what's going on and have very little bias. There's always bias in no matter what you watch, but I think Vice really tries hard to stay, just show you the really fucked up bits of human beings. Another good channel is Ring of Fire. I watch them quite a bit. And the Young Turks, they get a little too leftish for me, but they're good to watch too. But like I said, balance it out, okay? Look around everything. Read New York Times and Washington Post. All right, read printed news. Expand your mind when it comes to propaganda, so you're not force-fed the same thing, and you can teach yourself what's going on. People are fighting for equality and standing up for what they believe in, and to me, it's beautiful and tragic at the same time. The fact that an American lost her life, Heather Hare, to a Nazi on American soil still bothers me. I feel so bad for her and her family, and I also her mom declined a meeting with President Trump, and I applaud her for doing that. She went on record and stated a handshake and I'm sorry will not erase this, and that is true. So kudos to you. So find an activist group and get involved. I, for one, am a member of IVA, Iraq Veterans Against the War, which is now called About Face. They are a group of Iraq and Afghanistan vets that are against the war. All wars, really. That's right, kiddies. I'm an Iraqi war vet. April 2003 to April 2004. I served in the United States Army and was a cavalry scout, and I did numerous combat operations in Baghdad, and I served honorably. I did what I said what I was going to do, even if I totally disagreed with it. So now I am an anti-war war vet. Funny how that works out. What can you do to help your fellow Americans? Don't be a douchebag.
Motherfucker.
Grab him by the pussy.
Surprise, 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 motherfucker.
Grab him by the pussy.
Surprise.